Hi, and welcome back to another great episode of PcenginefxTV, where we bring you the world of the NEC TurboGrafx, PC Engine, and PCFX systems. My name is Aaron Nanto, and as always, I have a lot of great reviews to show you, and some things you may not have seen before. So sit back and enjoy this episode of PcenginefxTV. Bravoman for the TurboGrafx 16 is a humorous combination of platformer and beat-em-up gameplay, originally developed by Namco. Bravoman was originally released in Japanese arcades back in 1988, and the TurboGrafx is the only home console Namco ported the game to. The plot of Bravoman revolves around a bionic superhero, who is pit against an evil scientist named Dr. Bomb, who is set to destroy the world. To defeat him and his henchmen, you have the power to extend your hands, feet, and even your head, similar in style to Inspector Gadget. The game itself is interesting, as the entire concept pokes fun at Japanese live-action superheroes and video game themes. There are in fact elements in the game which remain in Japanese, and frankly I'm surprised that NEC let this game be released in the US, due to the heavy influence from Japanese culture. Bravoman has some quirks, which may or may not be a deal breaker for you. First off, each and every single time you perform an attack, your character will say "Bravo!" While cool to hear a digitized voice from a turbo chip game, after the 20th time you may or may not want to tear your ears out. Also, while being able to hit enemies from very far away due to your telescoping limbs, no matter how far you hit an enemy, you can only hit one at a time. If your limb passes through 3 enemies at once, only one will be hit. While the concept of Bravoman is interesting, there are plenty of better side-scrolling platform games on the Turbo to spend your money on. Try this one out if you're looking for a quirky side-scroller that doesn't take itself too seriously.
There was Atari, then there was Nintendo.
Now, the next generation video games, TurboGrafx 16 and TurboGrafx CD for live video games and 2,000 times more memory. Turbo Express Portable, Turbo Chip Compatibility, Basic System $99.99. TurboGrafx 16, the next generation now.
Battle Lode Runner for the PC Engine is an interesting platform puzzle game released by Hudson Soft, which you control a character who must collect all the gold in the level while avoiding the enemies trying to catch you. To evade enemies, you can trap them by digging holes into the ground for them to fall into. Over a few seconds, the hole will regenerate, and if the enemy is still inside the hole, the enemy will die. Battle Lode Runner was released before Bomberman, but it's interesting to note that both games use the same game engine as each other, even down to how the menus are laid out. Bomberman himself even makes an appearance. The game has many gameplay modes which add to the replay value of the game. Single-player puzzle mode, single-player battle mode, which you go up against 4 other computer players, and 5-player multiplayer mode, which 5 friends can play at once. I found the game itself isn't as pick up and go as Bomberman is, but after a little while you'll get a hang of it. While not as addictive as Bomberman, Battle Lode Runner is a decent puzzle game worthy of trying out.
Now testing for the new TurboGrafx-16 video game system. The arcade hits Vigilante and Dragon Spirit. Subjects exposed to vicious urban terrorists, fire-breathing airborne monsters, intense arcade-quality graphics and sound. Test completed.
Vigilante, Dragon Spirit, just 2 of many arcade hits for TurboGrafx-16 from NEC.
Shockman for the TurboGrafx-16 is a side-scrolling platform game in which you are Shockman cyborgs ready to be transformed back into human bodies after bringing peace back to the city. As you make your way to the scientist's lab, you find out that he has been taken by a new enemy out to bring terror back to your beloved city. If you didn't know by now, Shockman is the TurboGrafx-16 equivalent to Mega Man. Unfortunately, there isn't much that makes Shockman stand out from the rest. There are almost no power-ups to speak of, just one that increases your attack power, but that's it. And the game can be very difficult in spots, which might frustrate players. The game does have better than average graphics for a Turbo Chip game, and a nice integrated storyline. If you're looking for your Mega Man fix on the TurboGrafx-16, Shockman probably is the closest thing you'll find Turbo Chip-wise, and will definitely offer you a challenge.
あれ？元気ないじゃない。人間関係に疲れちゃったんだって。それじゃあ今夜のご飯はお肉！お肉好き好き、お腹好き好き。ステーキから揚げ生姜焼き食べて食べ力つきつき。ジャストミートで感動だそう。好き好き、お肉好き好き。好き好き。
the once peaceful land of Mistral was about to be plunged into a time of death and turmoil. From the darkest reaches of the land, the army of the Garuda Empire, under the command of High Priest Sornbel and the 6 Dark Generals, had begun the invasion of Mistral. Not since the Battle of the Gods during the time of the Sword had the beautiful countries of Mistral seen such savage destruction. In this battle, the legendary knight Drac, with the goddess Luxina, had sealed the evil god Deoric deep under the 6 continents of Mistral. The Garuda Empire's intention was to resurrect the evil god Deoric and to plunge the world into darkness. The people of Mistral fought to stop the invasion, but they were no match against the superior force of the Garuda Empire. As the last hope of the people of Mistral, one knight alone stands to save this land. His name was Duran, the last in the bloodline of the legendary knight Drac. Protected by the mystical armor of Drac, Duran alone confronts Sornbel and the Garuda Empire. Will Duran be able to stop the Garuda Empire, the resurrection of Deoric?
I've hoped you've liked all that we've crammed into this episode of PcenginefxTV. I want to personally thank all my site visitors for being so patient with me in the creation of this episode. It's been a long time coming. As always, you can email me questions or comments at PcenginefxTV@PcenginefxTV.com. Or, better yet, you can post them on our forums at PcenginefxTV.com/forums. Until next time,